Hi, my name is Robert Chag, and I'm going to use Azure ML to predict credit default outcomes. I'm also going to provide visualization and web deployment. Can Azure ML be used to predict credit default outcomes? Banks need models to make lending choices. Banks also need visualization and web deployment. Here are my steps. I source a credit performance dataset on Kaggle containing 150,000 records. I use Azure to explore and clean the data. I build two models and compare their performance. I make a visualization in R, and then I deploy it on the web. The first step was to source a Kaggle dataset with 150,000 records. I then choose predictor variables and target variables. Then I use Azure to explore and clean the data. I can visualize the data in Azure, telling me what data fields need to be cleaned up. I can edit the model metadata. For example, I make my target data into a label. I can then clean missing values by imputing them to the median. I can then remove all outliers from the dataset. Azure ML allows you to compare the performance of multiple models. I chose a random forest model and a binary logistic regression. I then train each model and score each model separately. I can then evaluate the outcomes using the receiver operator characteristic curve. Azure provides visualizations, but it's possible to create your own visualizations using R extensions. The R language extension allows me to write R code directly in Azure. Here is my custom visualization in R. After choosing the best model, I can deploy it on the web. That will allow other people to access my model and score their own data against it. Azure allows you to create APIs. I created an API in R. That allows me to run the model from my own local R console. Some of the issues I encountered: some of the data cleaning functions in Azure don't work very well. It might be easier to clean your data outside of Azure. Also, the R package needed for visualization was not installed. I had to install it manually. Azure is a great package for graphical presentations of machine learning. However, some of the features are a bit inflexible. Azure is great though for demos and for presentations.